Nadu.
And now we decode why Mamallapuram has been chosen as the venue for the second informal summit between Prime Minister Modi and the Chinese President. Mamallapuram is also known as Mahabalipuram. The name is said to be derived from the word Mamallan, which means great warrior, a reference to King Narasimhavarman, a Pallav dynast who took forward India-China ties in the 6th century AD.
Taking a step forward to strengthen the ancient ties between India and China, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will meet Chinese President Xi Jinping in Mamallapuram for an informal summit. Mamallapuram has been a witness to the 1700-year-old ties of these two ancient civilizations. The city is world famous for ancient temple architecture. According to historians, this capital city of the Pallava kingdom is important in terms of trade. Ancient Chinese, Persian and Roman coins dating back to the 7th century were found here, indicating its existence as a seaport. Historians believe that during the 6th and 7th centuries, a Chinese traveller, Xuanzang, visited India and received a grand welcome by the Pallava king, Mahendravarman, during this period. It is said that the Chinese were well versed with the city and frequently visited it for trade. Mahendravarman's son, Narasimhavarman, played a vital role in expanding trade ties with China and even sent his ambassadors there. It is believed that the Chinese had close connections with Kanchipuram as it was a pilgrimage for them during that period. India and China not only had trade relations but also share a deep spiritual connection. Historians believe that the Buddhist monk Bodhidharma was related to the Pallavas. Born in India, he travelled to China in 526 AD, taking the religious philosophy with him. He travelled via the sea route and established the practice of meditation there.
Historically, if you look at the flow of Buddhism, it happens from India to the Chinese, and subsequently, of course, the form of Buddhism that's practiced in China has a lot of other influences, the Zen form of Buddhism. And the interesting thing is that even as the Chinese were also making some kind of maritime outreach towards Southeast Asia, and even as India was making cultural trade outreach to those regions, we never had these instances of India and China getting into warlike situations.
This is not the first time that Prime Minister Modi is hosting a foreign leader outside the national capital. He had hosted President Xi in Ahmedabad in 2014. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe also stayed at Ahmedabad during his India visit. Similarly, French President Emmanuel Macron experienced Indian culture on the ghats of the river Ganga at Varanasi, giving the world leaders a glimpse of incredible India. Interestingly, when the Prime Minister went to China for the first time, President Xi hosted him in Xi'an, his hometown, instead of Beijing. Bureau Report, DD News.